Welcome everybody to episode 11 of Biznct TV. I have a very special guest today. I have Mr. Robin Williams, head coach of Forest High School here. Here to tell you about what they got going on here this year with the Forest High School football program.
Yes, sir.
Glad to have you on.
Hey, absolutely. Thanks for coming.
Coach Williams actually coached me back in high school. Actually, coached me and helped me develop as a football player and young man. He is definitely a great coach. He recently took over the head coaching job this year, and they have a lot going on this year. So tell me a little bit about your background.
Sure, thanks. So, from Marion County, played football at Vanguard High School, graduated in 05. Started coaching pretty much immediately. I did have a short stint in college at Charleston Southern. I went there for a semester, transferred back home thinking I was actually going to go play at another school, and it kind of fell through and kind of a tough situation, but it did enable me to get into coaching faster. Right. So at 19, I was already an assistant coach at Vanguard High School, and shortly after that, there was a lot of coaching shifts, coaching changes in Marion County. And I ended up over here as an assistant under David Hodges, which is when you played. I was here for 6 years, had a great experience here, really loved it here, and did a little bouncing around. I went down with a friend and assisted him in getting a program going down in St. Pete for 3 years, and then got the opportunity to come back to Marion County, and had to jump at the opportunity as a chance to come back home. Had a PE position, which is where my education passion is. I wanted to teach PE, and in St. Pete I was teaching U.S. history, so I got to come back home and teach what I wanted to teach. And then so a short stint at Bellevue High School, and then 1 year back at Vanguard High School, which again, I'm alma mater, love Vanguard High School. Could have stayed there and been happy as an assistant. But when the opportunity to be a head football coach at Forest High School came up, just such a special place, such great tradition, great kids, great community, I said I have to at least take the chance. And I was, blessed, especially by this administration and this community. I was embraced. They gave me the opportunity to be the head coach, and I could not be happier.
Coach Williams, tell the people about, what do you like to see come out of these young men? What type of character do you like to build in the resolve? When you step on the field, it's different than other sports. You either step up or you don't. If you don't step up, you get hit in the mouth. If you with all the reward that comes with football, what do you aim to
So football is definitely a unique sport. There's a lot of contact sports. I've heard someone say before that football's not a contact sport. Football's a collision sport. It's a little different. And yeah, it does take a certain mentality and a certain kind of person to want to put yourself in that position. And it is a little different because I want kids that are going to be great men off the field and then turning the dogs on the field.
Right.
And it is a little different. But I think in doing that, I think football helps people develop into the kind of person that you need to be in society. You need to understand that you got to be respectful, and you got to learn lessons in football on how to deal with adversity, and you've got to learn to have discipline, and you've got to learn that there are always going to be somebody above you. You should always have respect for authority. You've got to learn how to be a leader, but also how there's times that you can be a follower as long as you're following the right person, doing it the right way. So the goal is always to help these young men learn the life lessons that the game of football can teach you and take that with you in life. And whether that's an opportunity to go and play college football like you were able to do, or if that's start a business or just enter the workforce, whatever it is, I want my young men to learn everything they can from the sport and go on to be great fathers, great husbands, great people, and just really just turn into mature young men that everyone would be proud of.
Exactly. And it's been a little while since, I stepped foot on the field here at Forest. And there's been a lot of change I believe there was probably 1 year after that, but since my group came through, there was a lot of dogs that graduated with me.
Yes.
There has been, some playoffs drop in terms of the team getting to the playoffs, being very strong contenders in this division.
Sure.
What change have you already currently instilled into your own players in order to get the program back or even further than it's ever been?
Sure. Well, first off, you got to remember the tradition in Forsyth. So we've been because we've won 2 state titles. It's been a long time. It has been a long time, but that's kind of the special part. Forest has been there, and now it's a matter of trying to regain that, trying to get back to where we're making the playoffs all the time, not just every once in a while, and not just making the playoffs, but winning playoff games and advancing through the playoffs. One thing that we got this year that can be a blessing or a curse with a very difficult schedule.
Yeah.
But I think one thing that can almost hurt a team is if you play a schedule that's a little light, you win some games, but then you don't deal with that adversity and it hurts you down the road in the playoffs. So we are definitely playing some very, very high level football. We're a 7A football team. Our district is some teams out of Orlando, and they are very, very good. Our non-district schedule with some of the teams right around here in Marion County, who everybody knows, is very, very good. We got some teams around here that are deep playoff contenders year in and year out. And Forest has kind of, in the last couple of years, competed with these teams, but we have not been beating them, especially consistently. Win one here, win one there. But it's been a long time since we beat our cross-town rival. And it's been a long time since
We never lost to them.
No. It's definitely been, kind of an up and down thing with them, where Vanguard, I know at one time when I was in high school, we won 9 in a row. The Forest won 7 in a row, and then Vanguard and Forest kind of went back and forth. I know the 6 years I was here as an assistant, I think we were 4-2 in those 6 years against Vanguard. And then since then, though, Vanguard's been dominating the series. So we've got a long way to go before we're top dog, but that's the goal. The goal is we of course want to have a winning season. We want to make the playoffs, but at the end of the day, we want to be competitive right here in our own community. Excuse me. we got some great football right here in Marion County, and yes, everyone wants to win the district. Everybody wants to advance to the playoffs. But what I've instilled in these kids is the games that you're going to remember when you grow up and you're looking back and you're talking to your friends and you're talking to your kids. You're going to talk about your community games. You're going to talk about your in-county games. You're going to remember playing against kids you grew up with. So my first and foremost thing is we want to be relevant in Marion County first.
Mm-hmm. And in order to take it to the next level nationally, you have to be the big fish in the small pond, and then trickle out. Then and what different things are you guys doing in terms of implementing to get your top players that college exposure in order to get them, to take that next step?
Right. Well, the first thing is the weight room. We're spending a lot of time in the weight room because the college coaches, when they come in, and I know this is something a lot of parents don't understand. A lot of times when these guys come in, they've got a very set, specific
prototype.
Yes, prototype is a great word that they're looking for. And when they come in and say, I need a kid that's this tall, weighs this much, is this strong, runs this fast, you got to fit the mold. Unless you're a very, very special player, it's hard to get to where you're trying to go if you don't fit the mold. So obviously there's not a lot we can do with a kid's genetics to make them taller, but getting bigger, getting faster, getting stronger overall, getting heavier, that's things that we can do in this weight room. So the first thing that we implemented was a very, very serious off-season program. And we were in here morning and night, 3 days a week all summer. And then a fourth day doing just passing and agility type stuff. So we spent a lot of time in this weight room, and we pushed the weights very, very heavily and had a great off season. So that's the first thing, just trying to get them physically ready to go. Also, SAT and ACT prep. That's another thing that'll hold back players, is just not having the GPA, not being able to make the test score. So 1 day a week we're doing stuff study hall stuff. We also have a class schedule set up to where a lot of kids are able to get the help that they need. And we have tutoring with our National Honor Society that's going to start implementing this week, actually. So we're really working on the physical and mental part. Aside from that, myself and several of my assistant coaches made a great effort this summer to hit the ground running with the previous group of seniors, whom I didn't coach, but I didn't want to leave them out because their coach had resigned. So we went to a handful, drove all over the state, felt like, of coaching, like recruiting clinics, where a lot of schools that are still looking for players show up and are still kind of trying to round out their rosters. So we were able to get 4 or 5 young men scholarships off of that. That was very, very successful. And then, of course, we're always on top of sending off film. We went up to UF with about 15 or so guys and competed in a few 7-on-7 tournaments. So just trying to do the extra things, trying to do the little extra here and there, go to the extra coaching clinics, go to the extra recruiting camps and stuff like that to try to make sure these kids are getting plenty of exposure.
Absolutely. I would say everybody be on the lookout for Forest High School this year. They are kind of rebuilding, but definitely set to make some upsets and make a lot of noise in their division. Even though it's a powerhouse division, they're set to shake it up and be on the lookout for many years to come. Thank you for watching this episode, and see you on the next one. Take care.